Blackwater halted in military reports from the shooting scene. Baghdad. U.S. military reports from the scene of the September 16th shootout or shooting incident involving the security firm Blackwater-U.S.A. indicate that its guards opened fire without provocation and used excessive force against Iraqi civilians, according to a senior U.S. military official. The reports came to light as an Interior Ministry official and 5 eyewitnesses described a second deadly shooting minutes after the incident in Nisoor Square. The same Blackwater security guards, after driving about 150 yards away from the square, fired into a crush of cars, killing 1 person and injuring 2, the Iraqi official said. The U.S. military reports appear to corroborate the Iraqi government's contention that Blackwater was at fault in the shooting incident. On September 16th, in which hospital records say at least 14 people were killed and 18 were wounded. It was obviously excessive. It was obviously wrong, said the U.S. military official. The civilians that were fired upon, they didn't even have any weapons to fire back at them. None of them. And none of the IP or any of the local security forces fired back at them. He added, the Blackwater guards or mercenaries appeared to have fired grenade launchers in addition to machine guns, the official said. State Department spokesman Sean McCormick hinted that Blackwater mercenary guards could face legal proceedings, announcing a decision to have FBI agents lead a State Department inquiry into the shootings. He said it was a hedge against the possibility that an investigation leads to the point where there may need to be a referral to U.S. prosecutors. In response to the shootings, the Pentagon is also conducting a broad review of its relationship with the private security contractors it employs. The military has issued about 7,000 weapons permits to private contractors, the senior U.S. military official said, but has stopped issuing new permits until it can review who has the weapons and how they have been used. Many U.S. military officials are highly critical of Blackwater because its guards or mercenaries have a reputation for very reckless behavior that officials say reflects poorly on American troops in Iraq. Iraqi citizens often do not distinguish between U.S. soldiers in Humvees and Blackwater mercenary guards in armored vehicles. The Blackwater mercenaries tend to overreact to a lot of things. They maneuver and drive around town very aggressively. They've got weapons pointed at people. They cut people off. They laugh at them. Of course, their speeds. I mean, a whole bunch of things they do fairly consistently. But when it comes to shooting and firing, they tend to shoot much quicker than U.S. soldiers and any others. The U.S. military official said, U.S. soldiers have reviewed statements from eyewitnesses and video footage recorded at the square. Members of a U.S. unit working with Iraqi police were present in the area at the time of the shootings. U.S. soldiers even helped ferry victims to hospitals. Blackwater-U.S.A., whose primary task in Iraq is to supposedly protect U.S. diplomats, has been unwilling to share information about the incident with the U.S. military. Adding that military officials went to Blackwater's compound in the Green Zone, but were denied access to company managers. What kind of deal is that? Not answerable to even the U.S. military? Something wrong with that picture. The testimony said that after a Blackwater team had delivered a U.S. government official to a Baghdad destination, a car bomb very far away went off in the distance. They got real scared. McCormick, State Department spokesman, did not say under which U.S. laws Blackwater employees could face prosecution. Contractors are so far immune from Iraqi law under an order issued by the U.S. occupation government in 2004. Eyewitnesses to the events of September 16th said the Blackwater convoy, after leaving Nisoor Square, headed north and drove into a knot of cars trying to go down a side road to avoid the square. They came at a very high speed. They just wanted to escape. They were shooting their way out, shooting at anything and everything. They were yelling, screaming, and shouting. One Iraqi driver slammed on his brakes and tried to turn around, as did other cars, but a Blackwater mercenary guard immediately opened fire on them. Paid mercenaries. Yes, there's nothing hidden. It would not be brought to light. Period.